What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another new video. And today we'll be going over a few things that you can do right now to increase your skill in Modern Warfare. Before we start the video, if you do like the video, you learn anything new, appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We'll be streaming again soon, so it'd also be great if you can head over to my Twitch and follow me there, so you watch me play live. Without further ado, let's begin. In my last video, I went over a couple things that you can do that may or may not have been entirely free, or was just a start. A lot of new people are coming to the game after the recent events in the world. Not a lot of people have a lot to do, and they need entertainment. Some people have no idea where to start in this game to begin playing this game. But I've compiled a couple things that I believe will be very informative to anyone, whether you're a new player or you've been playing Call of Duty for a while. Because yes, it is true, this game is a little different from older installments. I'll be going over the 3 S's and T. Triple ST. Your centering, your settings, snapping, and your training. Hopefully I don't forget that halfway through the video. I really need to write this stuff down. Right now, we'll be focusing on centering. Centering your target will help you win most, if not all, your gunfights that you are prepared for. As you can see, while I'm aiming at the bots, I am making sure the white dot in the middle of my screen is hovering over them before I even pull my trigger. By taking the time to make sure that white dot is over the person that I am aiming at, it lessens the risk for most of my bullets to pass by that person and not even hit them. Centering is best used with assault rifles, SMGs, or sniper rifles. It is one thing that can better improve your chances of winning the gunfight, and it can divide an experienced player versus a player that has no idea what centering is. What you don't want to do is aim off of your target and start moving in towards your target to start shooting. That gives them way too much time to aim at you and kill you. You want to be able to be on target as quickly and as efficiently as possible. If you're focused on the white dot in the middle of the screen, you're running around corners, and you can take the time and discipline to get that white dot on your target before you start shooting. That white dot depicts where your bullets are going to travel when you completely ADS, not quite when you're hip firing. The crosshairs on the outside of the white dot is where your bullets are possibly going to go if you are hip firing. That is the general direction. Those crosshairs depict hip fire accuracy. The tighter the crosshairs, or closer the crosshairs are to the white dot in the middle of your screen, the tighter your ADS, your hip fire accuracy will be. But right now, we aren't focused on hip fire accuracy. We are focused on ADS accuracy. So, keep the white dot at least chest level. You don't want to be running around the corner, staring at the floor, and someone else is looking at your head. You don't want to be running around like this, staring at the ants, or looking up in the air, watching for birds. You're not going to see anything. You at least want to keep your white dot centered the whole entire time when you're walking around corners, prepared for someone to be there. Because if the white dot is at least chest height when you do see someone and you get shot, there is flinch in the game, so when you do flinch, there's a chance that you may flinch and one of those bullets will hit them in the head. And that is exactly what you're counting on. That critical headshot that can make the difference between you winning that gunfight or losing. Secondly, I'd like to go over your snapping, your snap aiming, or snapping to target whatever you'd like to call it. Your snap aiming is also as valuable as centering your target. You're able to snap your aim on target. It is something that it does to the game that may be useful to you in other gunfights, or staying consistent on your aim. A lot of people believe that it is necessary to aim one time and start dragging your sights everywhere. When you aim one time, you never want to keep on aiming and dragging your sights around like this to try to find your next guy. That's something you do not want to do. That is a no-no. If you are doing that now, please advise that I highly recommend that you stop doing that today. It's not helping you, and it is hindering you more than you believe. What you should be doing is snapping to target. Snapping to target not only gives you a better chance of finding and seeing another person that you may not have seen otherwise, or being able to aim to your next target a lot quicker. It also resets your aim assist strength. Resetting your aim assist strength will allow you to get that white dot to another person, and while you are aiming out and aiming back in, it is a lot quicker for you to get on target. It's more quick and accurate for you to get on target while you are hip firing, than instead of just aiming and trying to find your next guy. Where's my next guy? There's my next guy. Alright, I'm getting shot at over here. Alright, that guy's right there. No, it's not gonna work. You gotta stop that. There's a reason why quick scopers do it. Not to look cool, not to show someone you can shoot someone, stop ADSing, and then shoot the next person 5 seconds later. It resets your aim assist strength for the next person that you were aiming at. Also, it's a whole lot easier to aim when you can see everything after you stop ADSing. It's a bit quicker, so you're more snappy, more responsive. And that's exactly what you want. After you've gone through the ringer and done what you can with your snap aiming, there's another way. Your settings. You need to make sure the settings that you are using are comfortable to the person holding the controller right now. Not me, you. My settings are different, and they may differ from you to someone else. And some people may say that their settings are the God settings, or the best settings that you can possibly use in the game. But in all reality, those settings are completely personal preference. If you want to get better at this game, you're going to have to play around with the settings and see what's good for you. But a basic benchmark to where you are right now are these settings here for your controller. Button layout and stick layout are completely default. Button layout is what's commonly changed from default, tactical, lefty, all that other stuff. Bumper jumper is what I was talking about in my other video. Bumper jumper uses your bumper to mantle or jump. That will allow you to jump shot around corners, or be able to have a little bit more movement instead of taking your thumbstick off of your analog stick. You want your thumb on your analog stick majority of the time as possible. Less time taken away from your analog stick, easier time you'll have looking around, be able to see things around you. You can also use bumper jumper tactical, which is the same thing. It switches your B button and your right stick, and also keeps the bumper a jumping option. If you do not want that and you want to keep yours on default and you own a SCUF controller, or a controller just like SCUF, then you can keep it default and the paddles will be remapped for you. Next is your Deadzone. Deadzone was added into the game not too long ago, pretty early. Deadzone, truth be told, honestly screwed up aim assist. Aim assist is broken and is not working as intended because of this setting was added into the game. The game's not that optimized, it's poorly optimized, slightly poorly executed. It's a lot that needs to be fixed in this game. But we are here, try to get everything done, try to get you the best experience with the tools that we have now. But Deadzone is used to eliminate stick drift on your controller. If you stand completely still in a game and you notice that your character is looking to the side and you're not even moving your controller, you have what is called stick drift. If you have stick drift, you'd want to go into this setting and increase its value, but you want to be careful. You want to keep this value as low as possible, at the same time getting rid of your stick drift. If, for any reason, your Deadzone goes above 10, it's time to acquire a new controller. That controller is dated, and you're going to be way more at a disadvantage than you can even believe. Having a low Deadzone or having a Deadzone at all, ideally, you don't want to touch the Deadzone at all. You want to be able to put your Deadzone on 0. But as you can see here, I can't put my Deadzone on 0. I have a bit of an older controller I've had for a while, and I've used it quite a bit. So my character is moving, and is not what I want. If you have 0 Deadzone, then you're going to have 100% control of your thumbstick. 100% responsive, as sensitive as a thumbstick can possibly get. That, at the end of the day, is what you want. But since we don't have that option, we keep our Deadzone at 7. As low as we possibly can, but still keep enough responsiveness that it's not too hindering to our aim. Next, controller sensitivity. Controller stick sensitivity is around 6 for both. I do not recommend going too high on this, but if you have to, if you feel like you do, if you can, by all means, go as high as you would like. If you can play at a high sensitivity, go do it. That's on you. If you can play at a low sensitivity, that is also on you. Have fun with it. Tweak around with these and see what feels comfortable for you. I go back and forth between a 5, 6, or 7. I'm kind of staying. Those 3 are the most used ones, most familiar with. ADS sensitivity, low zoom, and ADS sensitivity, high zoom. Low zoom, as you can see, are for iron sights, and low zoom optics. It's like this gun, it will slow down a little bit when you aim, and it's not going to be a full ADS speed. Not going to be full speed. It's going to slow down just a little bit, give you a little bit more accuracy. You can also fool around with that. High zoom is sniper scopes, anything like that. If you are a sniper, you want to be a sniper, you can also change that value right there if you so like. I've been playing around with a dynamic aim response curve. I was using linear, but I am using dynamic. You can play around with these to see what feels better for you. The aim response curve is it's a circle around your thumbstick, and the further to the outside of the ring your thumbstick gets is how responsive it is. You can slightly move your thumbstick and it will not be at its max sensitivity, which would be 6. But some of these, if you completely move your thumbstick to the outer part of your controller as far as it possibly can go, then it will gradually kick in to your highest sensitivity, which is 6. Dynamic is an S-curve mapping for fine aim and rate control. Linear is aim stick maps directly to aim. That is, it's 6 100% of the time, whether you slightly move your thumbstick or not. Standard is your standard response curve from all Call of Duties. Like I said, fool around the settings and see what you got. Controller vibration, ADS, all that good stuff. Aim down, sight speed, behavior. Contextual tap. Contextual tap will make you a bit faster with prompts in the game as to reloading, picking up things if you do play Warzone. But do keep in mind, if you are using contextual tap, you have to remember, if you want to reload, you have to hold the reload button instead of tapping the button, because if you tap the button, you're going to pick up someone else's gun and you're going to be confused and you're probably going to end up getting killed. It's a very, very useful setting. I do recommend enabling this. At the same time, you're gonna have to get used to it. Automatic tactical sprint. This is also a setting that I recommend using. I've been using it for a while, and it's helped me be a bit quicker around the map, getting to point A to point B, helping out my team. Instead of worrying about tapping the thumbstick all the time, it automatically puts you into tactical sprint, or the super sprint that I referred to in the last video. As I just move my thumbstick, I am tactical sprinting, no clicking thumbstick at all. If you run out of tactical sprint, your person will continuously sprint all the time, no matter what. I wish this setting was in older Call of Duties, but we do have it now, and it is very, very useful. Also keep in mind, this is a setting you're going to have to get used to. It's gonna feel a little unnatural, but once you do get used to it, you're going to find that this is a very great setting. Brightness has everything to do with your computer monitor or your TV screen or whatever you were using currently right now. Film grain, turn that off. You don't need it. Colorblind type. I use this. I may slightly be colorblind. I'm not too entirely sure, but using this setting does make the colors in the game seem more apparent. As you can see, it's more of a gross olive green color, but using this, the colors pop more. They're more apparent around the map. You can see them more accurately. They're more pleasing to the eye. World motion blur, that's gone. You don't need it. Weapon motion blur, that's gone. You don't need it. Minimap, I do recommend square over the circle. You can see a whole lot more, and you want the most information that you possibly can get from the elements that's on your screen. Audio, this is with headsets and all that good stuff. You can also go around and fix this up. I do have this on 85 or 100 or something like that for master volume. Music volume, you don't need it. Sounds cool, but honestly, it doesn't make you a better player. Dialogue volume, I have this on 40. It's not too loud, but you can still hear vital callouts from the NPCs in the game. But also not too loud that you can blow your eardrums out. Effects volume, 100%. Juggernaut music disabled. The good old hit marker sounds. All this is in-game chat. You can play around with that. That's also personal preference. Boost high. They have boost and all that other stuff. Boost high is what people use to get more deeper footsteps. Footsteps in this game are loud as heck. The loudest footsteps I've ever heard in any Call of Duty in my life. And if you can hear those, you can have the biggest advantage over anybody in the game not using a headset or not using a good headset. You can hear footsteps miles away and pre-prepare for someone walking around the corner. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Last and final thing that you can work on, that you can do today to increase your skill and play a whole lot better in Modern Warfare is your training. How exactly do you train? Almost every single first-person shooter nowadays has the ability to play around with people who are not real, like I am doing here. I'm playing around with your favorite neighborhood bots. People who just run around, hit fire all day, who have aimbot, but they don't necessarily know how to use it. They're not really used to give that much of a competition. They can kill you if you get crowded by them, or someone catches you off guard. But what they are used for is to get used to your aim and warm up your thumbs for the day. You just woke up, probably at work, thumbs aren't really worked out. You gotta get into zone before your daily gaming session. So I do recommend doing what I am doing here now. For the day, go into a custom game, put the max number of bots, go on Shoot House or any map that you feel comfortable with, and run around and kill everything that you see. I have several settings set on so it does not seem cheap, and it all depends on you, how fast you can shoot and how effectively you can implement things that we were going over in this video to help you. I do not have enemy pings on the map. I do not have gun pings on the map, so you lose the ability to rely on the red dots that I was discussing in my last video. So you can't sit in a corner and wait for someone to come around the corner. However, you can listen to the sounds of the game and search for footsteps. And that's not what you want to do. That's going to completely make this training session irrelevant and redundant. It's not going to make any sense. What you're going to want to do, you're going to run around the whole entire map, the outskirts of the map, the middle of the map. You're going to kill everything that you see. As soon as you see it, gun it down and keep on moving. Other settings that I have turned off or enabled, I turned off kill streaks. You don't want them calling in a gigantic kill streak or nuking you out because they got a bunch of kills and ruining your flow. Flow is what we want in this training session, and we do not want to compromise it for any reason. Next, I have allowed myself to get the max number of magazines when you spawn in. I do have a barrel on my barrel mag, but after a while it will diminish and you're gonna run out of ammo. I also have the munitions box so I can get ammo anytime that I would like to if I do run out of ammo. I set my time and my score limit to unlimited. You can honestly do this for as long as you possibly want. Get in, do it for an hour, do it for 30 minutes, do it for as long as you feel necessary. What people do not know is the pros that are good at this game spend equal to, if not just as much time in custom games shooting bots just as much as they do in an actual game. Being good at this game takes time and dedication. If you really want to be good at this game, you really want to do something, you're going to have to put in the time. Like everything, sports, stuff like that. If you're not willing to put in the time, you don't really want it. You don't really want to get good at the game. So, into the game, load up the settings. I'm going to show the settings at the end of the video so everyone can see. You can see exactly what I'm running, so you can have the same experience, the same training that I do. The longer you put into custom games and the longer that you put into public games with real people who have brains and minds and who have a chance of outsmarting you, you will gradually increase your skill and your know-how. All this is built with muscle memory and experience. Take the settings as you wish and train, train, train. Get in there and grind. At the end of the day, you're not gonna get better sitting there wishing. Be active. Alright, we went through the 4 major things that you can do right now, immediately, that'll change your skill as a player. But since I wanted to be nice, I'm going to show you a little bonus that not a lot of people know about this game that'll help you. That dog. That'll help you. Little tip that'll help you get the drop on an unsuspecting person, or be able to go through a door and not get yourself killed. Real quick, if it's someone around that door, they close the door, they know you're around the door, and let's say they did not put a claymore on the door or a bomb next to the door that'll blow you up as soon as you walk through. Say they do and you have EOD, equipped as a perk, and you can survive at least one explosion, and you have that short amount of time to get the drop on them and kill them. You can surprise them and run through the door, because if you run up to doors and sprint through doors, you can break the door down. And we won't break the door down, but you will bash the door open, and it can surprise some people. You sprint towards the door, bash the door open, and it's pretty loud and pretty instant. This door doesn't quite have a long hallway to do it on, so you're kind of stuck in this small area. So you're probably going to get gunned down if you do it here, unless you get a little lucky. It's a little situational from that end. But if you do it from this end, you can run around the corner, bash the door open, and someone's sitting in the corner. You can still get the drop on them. Some people are not expecting it. Some very rude bots trying to do something. If he is around in the corner and you are fast enough, you can add a couple hops in while you jump and you're hopping to the side. Not a lot of people are expecting you to do that. They are sitting in the corner here, probably mounting on this wall, waiting for you to go through the door. And if I'm not mistaken, this can be shot through. So if you jump to the door, you keep on shooting in that general direction while you're hopping at the same time. It's going to be very, very hard for the person on the other side of the door to keep track of you, so they're going to have to move and expose themselves. There's another way that you can open up a door and get behind someone. So there's someone in this window. You're coming from this direction or you're coming from under here, and you don't decide to throw something through the window, but you do want to get in here and get the door. Typically there's going to be claymores here or proximity mines or anything like that. If you're playing Warzone, anything, any objective-based game mode, and you want to be a bit sneaky and you want to get in there and you want to get them. If you aim at the door, the prompt will change. It'll say peek door instead of open door. If you aim and push the X button, it'll peek the door. It'll slightly open it without any noise instead of bashing the door open. And you have a lot to look at if you have the door slightly opened. You can nudge the door and open it a bit more. You have a whole lot more to look at. So you have the doors covered and you have the walls covered. You can also mount on the hinge of the door while you have right here and still have a whole lot of cover. Not a lot of people's going to see you. Not a lot of people's going to expect you to do this. You can fully open the door without making noise whatsoever. So if it's someone here camping, shooting your whole team down, you can peek the door, shoot him, and he wouldn't even know because he didn't hear you. Peek the door, get the door open a little bit, and run straight through. All right, one last final tip I can give everyone here new. We're gonna get out of here. You gotta stop sightseeing. Even though this is a slower, more tactical Call of Duty, and people make it seem like this tactical Call of Duty, you have to be slow, but you can't do that. A lot of people, they get into the game, and they're just walking around. They're very slow. They're creeping around the corner. They're not I can't. I hear things. Maybe I'll run a little. Oh, God, he shot me. Oh, I gotta get over here, but that guy's over there. Oh, he's right there. Oh, jeez. No, that's not gonna work for you. You have to keep moving. Keep yourself moving, because just like you, someone else can get across the map and shoot you from behind just as fast as anybody else in this game with a brain. Not a lot of people have a brain in this game, but the ones that do have a brain will get you killed. So keep moving. That's why I recommended tactical sprint. You're sprinting all the time, and you're going to get used to moving effectively and efficiently, so you're not sitting there looking at the sights, breathing the flowers, looking at birds, taking forever to turn a corner because you feel like you're gonna get shot. You probably are, but we're all here to learn. Keep all those in mind. If this video did in fact help you, try to get all the information that I possibly can. I've possibly used myself in the game or in older Call of Duties or in first-person shooters just like this. That'll help everyone. If it does help you, that is amazing. Please share it to someone that you would believe that this will also help, so we can get the word out so all these new people will not be completely clueless while playing this game. And we can all have an enjoyable experience while we're all stuck at home playing games and doing what we love. Again, if you learned something new, please like the video. And if you're also new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications because YouTube has got problems. Stay at home, have fun, stay safe, work those thumbs, and keep grinding. I'll see you guys later.